Hello everyone, how's it going? I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope Santa bought you the 360 camera that you were hoping for. If so, then I am happy for you. Make sure you check out my channel and see all the things you can do with it. But today I'm going to talk about one camera in particular, and that is the GoPro Max. Now, I have been shooting a lot with this camera recently. If you follow me on Instagram, then you'll probably have seen that I went to Iceland recently. It's without doubt the most amazing place I've ever been, and it's pretty much perfect for shooting 360 photos and videos because there's just so many amazing natural wonders that you can see. Anyway, I took my GoPro Max and I shot a lot of footage with it. So I think I pretty much got to grips with the camera. I shot hours of footage with this camera in Iceland, and all of that will be coming up in future videos, so stay tuned. So I wanted to make a video highlighting the 5 things that I think GoPro needs to add to the GoPro Max to make it a truly awesome camera. I have already recommended this camera. I do think it's pretty good. Love how it's waterproof, love how it's rugged, love the video quality coming out of this camera, but there are some things that are really simple and or annoying that could be fixed with a software update. So these are the 5 things that I think the GoPro Max needs to be awesome. Let's get going. Also guys, I'm probably gonna splice into this video some shots that I did in Iceland, shot with this camera. I mean, sometimes they'll have nothing to do with what I'm actually talking about, but I just kind of want to show you because I'm really proud of some of the things that I shot out there, and I think it's just an amazing place. Anyway, let's go. So the first and most important feature I think GoPro needs to add to the camera, well actually it's not even add to the camera, it's to add to my Windows desktop, which still doesn't have editing software available for this camera. If you want to edit 360 video on this camera in any kind of meaningful way, at the moment if you have a Windows desktop or laptop, you need Premiere Pro, and that's an expensive piece of kit, that's an expensive piece of software, which I do have, so I'm fine, but I completely understand why many people are frustrated that GoPro have not released their full editing app for the Max on Windows. It's available for Mac, and I've seen people using it. It looks really awesome. Looks like you can create some really cool looking footage, but the fact it's not available for Windows right now is truly annoying and kind of unacceptable. It's been a few months. It should have been fast-tracked. It should have been done when they released the camera. Windows users are a huge demographic. It's many people were going to be disappointed that you can do that, and they kind of didn't mention it until it was released. So that is a bummer. At the moment, you can only edit 360 video on the app, and I'm talking about reframing. I'm talking about doing hyperlapses, time shifts, that kind of stuff. At the moment, that's only possible on the app, which to be fair is the best 360 editing app I have ever used, the GoPro app for the Max. You can splice videos together, you can add music, you can add titles, you can add effects, you can add keyframes, you can add all kinds of stuff, which you can essentially tell a full story using the editing app on the phone, but we all know sometimes editing on a phone can be annoying. So it would be good to be able to use a free desktop editing app for the Max, which I know is coming. They are working on it. I've seen that they've said so, and they do apologize, blah, blah, blah. But it should have been out already, and hopefully it will be coming very soon. So this is the glacier. This is about as close as I can get. And it's so cool. Let's go and see if I can touch just a little bit of it. It's like see-through. See the little black bits? That's like molten rock. The second feature I want to see on the Max, and this is something that can be added to the camera itself, and that is more frame rate options. I want to be able to shoot in 50 frames per second, 60 frames per second, 100 frames per second, if that's at all possible. I don't mind if the quality of the video is lower because of that, but I just want the options. At the moment, you can only film in 5.7K at 30 or 25 frames per second in the 360 mode. In the hero mode, which is just using one of the lenses, you can shoot at a higher frame rate of 60 or 50 frames per second. But in 360 mode, I want to be able to change the frame rate to shoot higher frame rates, slow motion, that kind of stuff. It looks really good in the 360 mode. And other cameras like the Insta360 One X have this feature, can shoot 100 frames per second in 3K. Now the 3K is pretty appalling quality, but the option is there, and on a small screen it kind of looks okay. but more like 4K at 60 frames per second, that would be ideal. So hopefully that is something that's coming. It would really look good to be able to change from slow motion to normal speed throughout a 360 video or a time shift. That's kind of what makes other cameras really, really stand out, is the amount of options available. So hopefully GoPro is working on that. I'm not sure if they are. They've not said that, but it is something that I think may be high on their list. Usually these kind of things come out in software updates later on. So fingers crossed.
Good. Yeah. Got the 7. I'm debating on that thing.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, you can get so many cool shots that you would not be able to get any otherwise.
Right, yeah.
And you kind of don't even have to like point at anything. Like,
does it come with that long pole with it too? Or?
No, you can get one.
Yeah.
I just happen to have this because I've got other ones, like other 360 stuff. So yeah, I have like a YouTube channel all about these kind of cameras. So like,
nice.
just Google it.
What channel you got?
Like, it's called The 360 Guy.
The
like,
360 Guy?
Yeah. So
cool, man.
if you want to know about it, like, check that out.
Yeah,
all right?
no doubt. Appreciate it.
See you, man.
The third feature I want to see in the Max is full manual control of all kind of aspects of the camera. For example, shutter speed. So at the moment you can control shutter speed in the video mode and the photo mode, but the time shift mode, which I am a big fan of, you cannot control the shutter speed. So like I said, I was in Iceland recently, and if you didn't realize, Iceland in December is very dark. They do not get a lot of daylight. In fact, just 3 hours. So shooting a lot in the dark, and I wanted to be able to change the shutter speed to reflect that. And I like doing time shifts. It's my favorite thing to do with this camera and with most other 360 cameras. But it did prove quite difficult because of the fact you couldn't change the shutter speed. So that allows more light or less light, etc., etc. I mean, I just wanted full manual control of everything in the camera. That is possible. Again, the Insta360 One X can do that. But pretty much most other 360 cameras that I've had in the past few years have eventually been allowed you to control everything to do with the camera, like in a manual mode. I want a full manual mode for the GoPro Max so I can really get the best out of every situation.
Okay, time to go. This is fucking cool though.
The fourth feature that I want, and I think this is something that would really add quite a lot to this camera, and that is the ability to shoot DNG RAW photos and the ability to shoot HDR video. So these two options would massively improve the quality of the photos and videos you could get out of this camera. The video quality as it is really good, so I'm not too concerned about that, but DNG RAW is something that really should be added in a future software update. If you could shoot DNG RAW, you would get such good quality photos out of this camera. It would be literally 5 times better than it can shoot now. If you didn't know, DNG RAW or RAW is just a format that allows you to keep as much information as possible in the image, and then in a program like Photoshop and Lightroom, you'll be able to get a really good quality image through color correction and editing and changing the light and the shadows, etc. Not everyone cares about that, not everyone wants to do that, not everyone has the patience, but for those who do, like me, because I'm a geek, so yes, GoPro, that's something that we want, or at least I want, and I'm just going to assume everyone else wants it as well, so hopefully that's coming.
Hi guys, so still in Iceland. I'm on the famous black beach where the sand is black because it's made from basalt, not from granite. And to be honest guys, I have fallen in love with Iceland, completely and utterly fallen in love with it. This is the most amazing place I've been. The natural landscape is absolutely stunning. it's just out of this world. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope I've sold you on Iceland. It's expensive, but it's worth it.
The fifth and final feature that I want added to this camera, and I know this is a big one, and I know it's really annoying a lot of people. I've seen the Facebook comments on the groups and on Reddit and stuff. The ability to export 360 video straight from the camera to a phone. You cannot do that right now. Not entirely sure why. There was some excuse that GoPro posted on a Facebook group. I mean, it just seems ridiculous. Like every other camera can do it, and it is annoying if you want to get that 360 video and just play with it on your phone. You can't do that at the moment. You need to either reframe it or change it into a normal size video, and then you can export it to your phone. But at the moment, you cannot export just 360 video to your phone. You can obviously export it to a desktop. You can do that via USB and using the memory card, but sometimes you just want to have a look on your phone at the 360 video you just shot. That's it. So that should be also probably one of the first new features to be released in a future software update. Because guys, this is a good camera. Like I said, I really enjoy shooting with it, but it has some pretty stiff competition.
Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. It is one of the 25 natural wonders of the world. I am currently in the middle of it. It is about -4 degrees outside, but the temperature in the water is about 39 degrees. This is a face mask, which is kind of drying out my skin now, so I'm gonna get rid of it pretty soon by going underwater like this.
It has the Insta360 One X, which I've obviously compared it to already. It's one of the best-selling 360 cameras, extremely popular, loads of features, but maybe starting to show its age a bit. Then there's the QCam 8K, which has some impressive hardware, 8K, loads of photo options, I mean, good quality lenses. Yeah, touch screen. So that's a pretty big competitor. And trust me, there is another one coming out soon, which I can't talk to you about just yet. But trust me, there is another big competitor coming. So GoPro does need to up its game if it wants to remain competitive with the GoPro Max. So yeah, guys, what do you think? I hope that's been useful. I hope I have kind of highlighted some things if you were thinking the same thing. I know some of these features are coming in a software update. I can't guarantee them all. You may be watching this in 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months after I made it. And if so, you may want to check my channel because I'm going to make videos continuing about this camera, and I'll obviously mention if those features are released. Yeah, guys, so that's it. That's GoPro Max. Really enjoyed using it. I hope you've enjoyed viewing some of the footage that I've shown you from Iceland. Again, cannot believe how amazing that was. It was the best trip ever. And we are coming to the end of the year. This is probably going to be my last video of 2019. What a year it has been. I've done so much traveling, had a great time. Had a great time talking to you, had a great time making these videos, trying new cameras. Yeah, it's been awesome. 2020, I'm going to be continuing much in the same way, going to Brazil in literally about a week. So I'm going to be obviously shooting some stuff there. I'm going to escape this British winter, going to sunny Brazil. New cameras coming very quickly, some that you know about, some that you don't. So stay tuned for that. And yes, if you're interested in 360 cameras at all, obviously subscribe, and I will be bringing you a lot more information and footage and stuff and vlogs and whatever you want, basically. But until next time, I think that's it today. I do kind of talk a lot. I apologize for that. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.